Welcome students to my channel My Way Learning. Today we are going to learn about joints in our body. When we heard the name of the topic, some question arise in our mind that what is a joint? Where do we find them? And what are their importance in our body? Before going to pursue for the answer, let us first know what are bones. Bones are the rigid and hard part of our body which give shape to our body. Our skeleton system is made up of bones. Now, a joint is the place where these two bones meet. Just imagine if your hand is made up of only one single bone, then what would happen? Can you able to fold your arms? Can you able to write? Can you able to rotate your wrist? No, not at all. So, these joints help us to bend, to rotate, slide, or twist to certain extent. We find joints in our elbow, knee, shoulders, wrist, neck, etc. Now think of your knee joint. It helps you to walk. Your shoulder joint helps us to move our arm up and down. Joints also help in smaller movement. If we don't have joints in our fingers, then we are not able to move our fingers or hold a pen or pencil. So we can't write. You are not able to hold anything if there are no joints in our body. So joints play an important role in our body. Joints are filled with a fluid which act as a cushion between two bones. As we keep moving our body parts or our joints, the friction arises. To reduce that friction, our joints are filled with a fluid. We have two types of joints. Some are immovable and some are movable. Joints which do not move are known as immovable joints. Just look at your skull. The only part which is movable is your lower jaw. All other joints of your skull are immovable. On the other hand, most of the joints which are found in limbs or at hip, they all are movable. So they are known as movable joints which help us to move our body parts. Joints found in our shoulders, elbows, knees, wrists and ankle are freely movable. They can move to an extent. But what about the joints in our backbone? As we all know that our backbone is made up of 33 small bones which are joined together. They move very little, which only provide flexibility to our body to a limited extent. Now let us learn type of movable joint. There are four main types of joint in our body. They are pivot joint, ball and socket joint, gliding joint and hinge joint. Let us learn about them. Pivot joint rotate or twist. So the joint present in your neck is an example of pivot joint. Ball and socket joint allow your movement in all directions. It has round end of one bone which fits to the hollow end of the another bone. So these joints are found in your hips and shoulders. So, where do we find ball and socket joint? In our hips and in our shoulders. It allows movement in all directions. Hinge joints. Hinge joints are the joints that give you movement only in one direction, just like the door. It's open only in one side. The same way our hinge joint work. So where do we found this joint? In our knee and in our elbows. Now let's go for gliding joint. Just find out the movement in your wrist or in your ankle. You can rotate it. You can rotate your wrist, you can rotate your ankle. So we find gliding joint at wrist and ankles. Joints that slide over each other and providing some sideway movements is known as gliding joint. Now, by going through the joints, we come to know joints are a very important part of our body. So, it is very important to take care of them. With the age, when we grow older, some joint disorder may appear. It may be because of misuse or overuse. Some of these are sprain. Now, what is sprain? If you extend your joint either by twisting or bending it further, a sprain occurs. Another is arthritis. It occurs when your limb joints swell. It mostly occurs in elderly people and it makes difficult to move the limbs. Swelling can also occur when we use our joint too much. In case of a tennis player or cricket player, they suffer from swelling of their elbow. Then stiffness. Stiffness occurs when the joints are no use for a long time. The same way when you close a door for years and one of the day you want to open it, it makes a sound. The same way if you are not using your joints, if you are just keep sitting or lying on the bed, then after a long time period, you find stiffness at that point. So it is very important to move our body parts. That's why we said you to do exercise or yoga to keep your body fit and fine. Now let us learn how can we prevent these disorders and take care of our joints. When we exercise regularly, then our joints keep movable. It helps our joints to move in their particular direction. By having a balanced diet, our joints get all the nutrients. So, no problem will occur. If our body weight is normal, if we are not obese, then our joints do not have to bear a lot of weight and they don't get tired or they do not swell and work properly for long time period. We should not overuse our joint. By this way, we can keep our joints healthy and our body fit. I hope I make myself clear. Now you are able to understand what is joint, their importance and how many types of joints are there in our body. And how can you prevent your joints to get damaged? For more updates, keep watching my channel. Don't forget to comment, subscribe and like my channel. Thank you.